Man. Story time. Hey, what's up, family?
What's going on?
Listen, so if you're new to story, welcome back to Story Time. I'm your host, Lavon Gillette, and this is my awesome husband
Abram Gillette.
and best friend, Abram Gillette. Boop. Who I had the pleasure of doing my eyebrows. Look, y'all.
Don't do that.
Now, I did my lashes, but he totally hooked up the eyebrows, okay?
don't say that.
He did. He took his time. It was drawing. It was like being in art class for him.
I got an F.
For a fantastic job. Listen, I can go on about how he did these brows, okay? But I will not. I just wanted, I don't know why I did it. I just was like, hey, come do my eyebrows. Since you're gonna join story time, you might as well do my eyebrows too. But you guys, if you're new to story time, welcome. I'm Lavon. This is my husband and best friend, Abram Gillette. Just like my partner over here. I don't know what he's doing. Probably on his phone.
Sharing story time.
Anywho, so what the story time is a 30 to 45-minute reading. First off, let me just share y'all. Listen, we live here, okay? So if you hear noise in the background, just know it is real life people here, okay? You hear children in the background, guess what? We have children here. So don't get distracted. Just know that people live where I am. Mm-hmm. It's real people. So don't get distracted. So anywho, we read for 30 to 45 minutes, and then we also talk about our truth. So this is the last book that Mr. Lee B. Cummins writes, and his middle initial is B, but he be coming with facts. I mean, you can't say nothing. It is facts. And so this is his last book. So the last book is called Swarthy Memoirs of a Black American Revolution, 1775 through 1783. And he said in red, academia is afraid that you will read this book. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, and exclamation mark. So that's got to be, you got to get in there. All right, so my husband's going to read Psalms 91 because, as you know, before we get into this, we got to get into the word.
Yep.
Check out this shirt. All the places the Israelites will go. So dope.
Psalms 91. Verse 1?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Okay.
Don't be checking how many scriptures.
Hey, man. Just being better safe than sorry. He that dwells in the secret place of the most... Let me start all over because I was thinking about Fred Hammond. Okay?
He'll mess you up.
He that dwells in the secret place of El Elyon shall abide under the shadow of El Shaddai. I will say of Yahuwah, he is my refuge and my fortress. My Elohim, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover you with his feathers, and under his wings shall you trust. His truth shall be your shield and buckler. You shall not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flies by day, nor for the pestilence that walks in darkness, nor for the destruction that wastes at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right side, at your right hand, but it shall not come nigh you. Only with your eyes shall you behold and see the reward of the wicked. Because you have made Yahuwah, which is my refuge, even El Elyon, your habitation. There shall no evil befall you, neither shall any plague come nigh your dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over you, to guard you in all your ways. They shall bear you up in their hands, lest you dash your foot against a stone. You shall tread upon the lion and adder, the young lion, the dragon shall you trample under feet. Because he has set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he has known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my Yeshua.
AKA salvation. May Yah add a blessing to the reader. Hallelujah. And listeners to his word. That is a perfect word for today because especially y'all know what's going on in today's time. So just knowing that you can have that confidence and that peace in the Most High, that he gonna listen, he got us. You know who he didn't forget about? You and me and this guy. He didn't forget about us. All right. So, all right. Grab your last book. Woo! Mr. Lee be coming, sir. We've been in your book for a long time. Grab your last book and let's get into this thing. Paper, rock, scissors. Who's going to read? First game first? Okay, I'll read you, show pictures. All right. Should I get into this introduction? Listen, I got to get into it because I feel like it, right? All right, so he says, great men and women who lived and fought during the American Revolution wrote their memoirs in a book or a diary. They are called memoirs in our generation. What are memoirs? Memoirs are an historical account of a biography written from personal knowledge or special sources. I have painstakingly read the memoirs of a great man, Professor Boyd Dawkins, Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, William Penn, Private Daniel Floor, Colonel
Hugh Wynne.
There you go, and others. These memoirs contradict the fictitious or fiction or fake history created by academia and the History Channel. The memoirs, go ahead.
No. I was going to say academia.
Okay.
It looked like Demia, but it's Damia.
Thank you. Academia, Damia. Okay, I'll go with it. Academia and the History Channel. The memoirs of the men that I have listed above tell a story of 5 Black armies that fought the Army Revolution, Black French troops, Black German troops, Black Polish troops, Black Continental troops, and Black officers. The memoirs in this book describe a Black Haitian army that fought at the Savannah, Georgia, and Yorktown. Yes, these are non-fiction, real memoirs. Your memoirs that can be proven. These memories describe the Black management of the American Revolution on both sides of the Atlantic.
Oh, wow.
On the continental side, there were Black presidents of the Continental Congress during the American Revolution. On the British side, King George III was Black, and so the British Parliament, the British Prime Minister, Chief Magistrate, Justice, and Attorney General were Black during the American Revolution. The research in this book is founded on the memoirs of people who were alive during.
Lick it down.
That's nasty. I will not. Don't get at me. During immediately after the American Revolution, most of the memoirs that you are going to be exposed to are from people who shed blood for the American cause, and yet their memories are not permitted in the hallowed halls of academia, right? Academia?
Yes.
Okay. Why would academia do such a thing? Because these memoirs tell a story that has never been heard with the hearing of the ears of a story of the Black military occupation of the 13 colonies. The Black British/German Haitian troops occupy New York 6 years, Charleston 2.5 years, Savannah, Georgia 4 years, and Boston 7 years. And yet, this information has been blotted out from real world history. The image on the front page, the front cover, which is this. The image of the front cover of this book depicts the Black British/German armies, Black British/German army, as they are destroying a statue of German King George III of England. The image is authentic and validates the words of Benjamin Franklin in which he said, "The Germans are swarthy/Black." The British hired over 30,000 black German/Haitians troops to put down the rebellion in the 13 British colonies. This is the reason why I charge academia, the History Channel, Hollywood, and their museum with fraud. All these entities have one thing in common: they teach false memories. These government-sponsored entities can't prove the authenticity. Thank you. Okay. Of the history book that they write or the artwork that they display in their museums. These false memories are tools that the elite use to create artificial intelligence or a hybrid man. If you have read any of my work, you already know what this is. This is indeed the next episode.
Woo-hoo. Yeah.
I have to book in so I couldn't do our thing. Chapter 1. Chapter 1, end of the Negro question, part 6. This is Professor Boyd Dawkins. Yep. Our earliest ancestors are page 96 and 97. And that was on our 6th book. All right. So in the year of 449 AD, certain Englishmen came from North Germany, south of the Baltic Sea, and pushed the black Britons or Basque westward into the Wales or Welsh, Westmoreland, Devon, Scotland, Cumberland, and Cornwall. The Romans placed a wall, 122 AD, in Britain to keep the white barbarians out of the country. This wall was called Hadrian's Wall. Wow, I never knew about that. Shalom, family. Didn't know. That's
crazy.
Because it says Moradine, and then it says white barbarians out. So we know that just gives me a picture that those that was not there wasn't white. There had to be some kind of color.
Yep.
Because they put a wall there to keep certain people out. That should tell us we should have stayed segregated. Okay, anywho. These short black men, pygmies, came from Atlantis, North Africa, and they overran Europe. Okay, so here is Professor Huxley. He looks like he built the wall, okay? That kept us out. Okay, so this is his quote. He says, the black Basque, or what is that? Iberian?
Yeah.
Iberian bones have been found all over Europe. Dr. Albert Churchward, this guy here. I'm sorry, babe, since I only have one book.
Yeah.
I think Dad has this book. It was in Africa that these pygmies evolved, and this is their quote. His quote. He says, "It was in Africa that these pygmies evolved, and from there they spread all over the world. North, east, south, and west, until not only Africa, but Europe, Asia, North America, South America, and Oceania, right, was populated by them." Benjamin Franklin, you guys know what this man looked like, because you know the only image that they didn't lie about is Benjamin Franklin, okay? So they showed the real Benjamin Franklin. He is exactly how he looks. All right, so Benjamin Franklin said in an essay, he said, France, Italy, Russia, Germany, Sweden, Spain, Asia, Africa, and America is swarthy /
black.
That's right.
Black. Swarthy / black.
All right, and James Anderson, I'm gonna show you who he is because we didn't know about this brother. All right, yes, Auntie Shelley is about to get. The Liberians in ancient times, this is his quote, inhabited the western and southern parts of Europe. The Black Basque in Spain and France, the dark Welshmen and Scots, and the Black Celts to the west of the Shannon River in Ireland, as well as the same kind of men in Britain, and also in France. Listen, all these scholars, doctors, and professors have something in common. They are all white, educated Europeans from the different eras, and yet they all have the same testimony.
Wow.
What is their testimony? The blacks were the original people of Europe. They all are saying that. Shame on this government who refused to teach our real truth. Shame on you that you whited out so much of our history and you gave us what you thought we should learn and take on. We're done with facades. We're taking them off. That's what story time's about.
Yep.
Let's go. All right, so it says, what is their testimony? Question mark. Yeah, no, I gotta be extra. Question mark. Okay, yours was a little neater.
You did it like a Z, like a Zorro.
No, I didn't. I said question
mark.
Question. Anywho, what is their testimony? Don't get me distracted. The blacks were the original people of Europe. Why is this so hard for the masses to grasp? I can pick me. Why do you think it's so hard for us to understand this? Because when you got propaganda from a baby telling you who you are, spoon feeding you lies, of course, when you come into this truth, you're like, heck no. The people that started was here. The original people were not black. Because you have all these years of schooling telling you.
All those A's you done got on all them history tests.
Good job.
Really got an F.
Yeah. They lied. Okay?
So
absolutely lied. Absolutely. So this is why it's so easy for us to be like, to push this stuff back, because we have years and years of doctrinated lies in us. And so again, in here, we have to learn, relearn, unlearn, and then do that whole thing again. Unlearn and then relearn. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw your eyebrows going.
No, because you said learn, relearn.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just got lost.
I got lost. It's okay. I said it quick. Okay.
I'm back.
Learn.
I'm back.
So you got to learn the truth. Then you have to relearn some of that truth, like take the lies out of it, right?
Okay. I see where you're going.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I got you.
It's all right.
It's okay.
It's all right. All right. Anywho, but this is why it's so hard to grasp. Okay. So I was just answering his question. All right. So, okay, listen. Human beings, human equal, homen equals, hama equals, hema being. Okay. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correct.
You did.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So having been migrated across the earth for 6,000 years, and hardly anyone is where they are supposed to be. You have whites who have migrated to Africa, Asia, North America, and we know they were not the original people of these lands. And we know that because he did such a great job with book 6. He broke that thing down with the 13 colonies, okay? 13 black colonies. All right. So by the time you are finished reading this book, you will never think the same again. I have greater witnesses than this. Let's take a look at the genetic research on the next page. Genetics, Institute of Evolutionary Biology, right? Barcelona, Spain, published in Natural Journal 2006. So he's telling you where he's got this information from. The author is Dr. Charles Laluza, and this is his quote. He says, genetic test reveals that a hunter-gatherer who lived 7,000 years ago had the unusual combination of dark skin, dark hair, and blue eyes. And if you remember, dark is a code word for, what color is this?
Black.
Black. Had to help you out there.
Hey, man. You know what?
Continue.
Go ahead.
Can't put you on the spot like that, huh? All right. 2 hunter-gatherer skeletons were discovered in a cave in the mountains of northwest Spain in 2006. The cool, dark condition meant the remains called La Brena 1 and 2 were remarkably well preserved. Scientists were able to extract DNA from the tooth of one of the ancient men and sequence his genome. The team found that the early Europeans were most closely genetically related to the people of Sweden and Finland. But while their eyes were blue, his genes revealed that his hair was black or brown and his skin was dark. You have to remember that dark is a code word for
Black.
black. That's right. In the future chapters, you will see an image of a black German prince with blue eyes. The painting is late 19th century. So, and also you will see this if you Google black people with blue eyes, black people with blonde hair,
Yep.
black people with blonde hair and blue eyes. Baby, we're there. Just as beautiful as we want to be.
Yep.
You want this page?
All right. African ancestry. The blacks in America have suddenly developed an interest in being reunited with their family on the continent of Africa. These interests have fueled a fury of research in the field of genetics and thus far have yielded some extremely surprising results. I have looked at some of the research that was done by African Ancestry, Washington D.C., and it was astounding. The results showed that 30% of all African Americans' DNA was traced back to Europe. I began to pay closer attention when I saw the results that the tests produced. Some of the European nations that the African Americans' DNA traced back to were identical to the research presented in the Negro Question Parts 4 and 6. The same nations that Benjamin Franklin said were black in 1751 are the same nations that black DNA is tracing back to. What are the odds that the genetic research done in this generation would verify the words spoken by Benjamin Franklin 266 years earlier? European nation, European nations, African Americans' DNA traced back to England, Ireland, Wales/Britain, Scotland, Russia, Germany, and Italy. If you are interested in contacting African Ancestry, here is their contact info. Contact African Ancestry.
202
Uh-huh.
723
Uh-huh.
0900, Washington, D.C.
DC. All right.
That was a commercial.
Now, if you want that number again, go on the replay. 84. Annual meeting of American
Association. Because
they cut it off.
Mhm.
Association Physical Anthropologists Research. Study published BioRxiv site. Dr. Lane. Okay.
Dr. Lane, long last name.
Geneticists at Harvard University. Ancient DNA makes it possible to examine populations as they were before and after adaptation. Dark skin, in quote, black people, arrived in Europe 40,000 years ago and retained their dark skin far longer than originally thought. The article goes on to say, rather than lightning as previously thought, the first people retained their dark skin color. Professor Chris Stringer, leading anthropologist at National History Museum in London.
So he's telling you where he's getting his research from.
This research adds more surprises to the remarkable complexity of population relationships in ancient Europe through ancient DNA. The research further concluded that these dark-skinned were lactose intolerant. And that's crazy because most of us are lactose intolerant.
A lot of us. You give me some vitamin milk, whole milk.
But we don't treat it like a disease, though.
We sure do.
Take it for the team.
We do, because teamwork make a what?
Dream work.
That's right. Even at the expense of your nose.
Do you know anybody that is lactose intolerant? Sure do.
Has the nerve to have 2 bowls of cereal, okay?
It's 1.5.
It's 2.
Extra milk is not an extra bowl.
It is.
Try looking in the mirror. African Americans are lactose intolerant. What does this mean? It means that the Europeans are trying to correct the lies that they were taught. The DNA evidence, along with the European eyewitnesses, proved that the founders of Europe and the 13 colonies were a black people. I have a greater witness than this. Come and
Come
see.
see. Who's lactose intolerant on here?
Here you go.
Just about everybody. All right, come and see. So this is what you got to go see. Okay, it says DNA London was ethnic. What is it?
Ethnically.
Okay, diverse from the start. So by Paulab Ghosh, science correspondence, BBC News, November 23rd, 2015. This is when it was. Okay. Says the researchers plan to analyze more of the 20,000 human remains stored at the Museum of London. And I bet you those remains are black people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they are. Okay. It says, according to Caroline, hello, Caroline, McDonald, oh, McDonald, okay. I bet she had more than a farm. I tried it.
Mm-hmm.
Who is a senior curator at the museum. London was a cosmopolitan, black and white, so it was, mixed. City from the moment it was created following the Roman invasion 2,000 years ago. Why did the researcher call London a cosmopolitan city? The Black Britain/Basque were in Britain long before the arrival of the Romans. The researcher's history has been distorted as usual. When the white barbarians, why do they call them barbarians?
Because they crazy.
The white barbarians, as you know, and they show you every day that, not all, but they definitely show themselves strong when they sit there and shoot up churches, shoot up KFCs, shoot up schools, but they got mental disability. Come on now.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to rhyme, but if he use you, use you. Listen. All right. So the white barbarians, not all of y'all crazy, but you see this. Your ancestors. It's crazy. All right. Invaded Britain in 449 AD. The Black Britons and the mulattoes Romans were already there. This cosmopolitan society that the researcher boasts of the consistent of the original Black inhabitants of the Britain or Basque. The Black Jews who were inhabited of the Britain or Basque, the Black Jews who, I'm sorry, I read that again. The Black Jews who were Vaspians deported in 70 AD. The invading Romans, and lastly, the invading whites. Jeremiah the prophet wrote, Jeremiah 16:19, O Lord, my strength and my fortress in the day of affliction, the Gentiles, which is not us, it is the whites, okay? The Gentiles shall come from the end of the earth and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. This saying has come to pass in the Negro Question book series. The Gentiles have indeed inherited lies. Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. And it's not your fault because, again, it was given to you. Okay, it was embedded in you. Okay, the 5 Black founders. What time is it? Okay, I have 5 minutes.
5:40.
Okay, we're gonna be off at 5:45. All right, so the black fathers of the 5 Black founding fathers of the 13 colonies. Okay, 1, King James Stewart, which I call him Papa. See him? He right here. That's Papa. He gives me I feel like he would give me anything I want. King James, the first Stewart. King Charles, I'm sorry. So King James Stewart, that's Papa. King Charles first Stewart, that's second, and then that's the second king. And then King Charles II is the third King Stewart, and then King James II is the fourth, and then King Charles III, which is the fifth. All right, so 1607, these are the 5, those were the 5 Black founding fathers of the 13 colonies. So 1607, Virginia founded by Black Scots, King James I. 1620, Mass/Maine, founded by King James I. 1620, New England, founded by King James I. 1632, Maryland, founded by King Charles I. 1629, New Hampshire, founded by King Charles I. 1639, Rhode Island, founded by King Charles II. 1638, Delaware, founded by King Charles II. 1663, North Carolina, founded by King. I felt it. Oh, yo, Petey Pablo. Okay. All right. That was our time.
You sound like Martin Luther King.
That wasn't the voice I heard. Okay. All right. 16. Because that dream all the way wrong. Anywho, 1663, North Carolina, founded by King Charles II. 1636, Connecticut, founded by King Charles II. 1681, Pennsylvania, founded by King Charles II. 1663, South Carolina, founded by King Charles II. 1664, King James II/Duke of New York, founded New Jersey. In 1732, Georgia, founded by Black Germans, King George II. Joseph Ritson. The Highlanders are generally diminutive with brown complexion and almost always with black curled hair and dark eyes.
Highlanders.
Are you thinking about Toyota?
No, the Highlander movie.
I've never seen it, nor did I know there
was had a bunch of white people. Another story.
Well, yeah, because just like the Spartans, right? They had that movie. What was it? No,
300.
300.
Yeah.
And that was really about us.
Yep.
Again, boy, that white out is strong. Listen, you get high off of that stuff. Anywho, Joseph Ritson. I'll be having squirrel moments. Please forgive me. Joseph Ritson. The Highlanders are generally diminutive. I said it right the first time. With brown complexion and almost always with black curled hair and dark eyes. The spreadsheet below is from a ship manifest that describes the Black Highlanders as they are boarding prison ships. They are described as black men, and I guess Ritson was right. Says first name and last name is George Samuel. He's 18, and his skin, how they described him, is brown. James Donald, who was 20, his skin is brown. Andrew Matthew, 20 years old, dark complexion. William Jackson, he was 19, brown, lusty. Donald McDonald, 58 years old, and he was swarthy. He was described as swarthy. William Ross, he's 36, described as ruddy. Duncan Campbell, 16, dark complexion. John Cunningham, 32, black, sturdy. Hugh McPhee, 30, black, lusty. Daniel Dingwell, 31 years old, and he's described to be a brown man. John Bowie is 14 years old, and he's described as nut brown. Duncan Orr, 14 years old, described as a brown man. James Reed, 18 years old, described as a brown man. And then George Hume, 30 years old, says writer, and he's described as a black man. So the Jacobite, gleaning from state manuscripts, page 48. Author J. Macbeth, Forbes, Harvard College Library. That's where your stuff is at.
Wow.
That's where your stuff is at. So I'm going to stop here. We're on page 13. Sorry, you guys. We had a late start because things worked. Well, you know what? I'll read this last page because it's starting anew yesterday. So, tomorrow. You say?
No. Go ahead.
Okay, look. All right, so Harvard College University, like I said, a lot of our history, a lot of our facts, a lot of our true history is in these prestige colleges, which I guess we should be proud that they're in a prestige college.
Pretty much most of the ones that we not at.
Exactly. Okay, the only colony that was not founded by a black Scottish Highlander king was Georgia Colony. I have to mention this in my conclusion to close any gaps that the government-sponsored scholar might use against the truth. The Hanover Kings were of German descent, and according to Benjamin Franklin essay, the German Hanover were a black people. Benjamin Franklin wrote this essay in 1751, and at that time, the Black German, King George II, was sitting on the throne of England. England, y'all. A black man was literally sitting on the throne of England. You ain't heard that, but you probably did under the title of Dark Ages. How many of us heard the Dark Ages? It was called the Dark Ages because it was filled with us. It's so crazy. All right, so throne of the king was sitting on the throne of England, and that is fact. The original translator of the King James Bible, 1611, made a statement in their introduction, and it reads, "So that if on the one side we shall be traduced, if they lie on us, by popish persons at home or abroad, who therefore will malign us, because we are poor instruments to make God's holy truth to be yet more and more known unto the people, whom they desire still to keep in ignorance and darkness." So again, this statement was originally on the first page of our Bible, but he's saying that if you go to your Bible now, you will not find this statement in there. They have torn it out, or not even torn it out, but they don't even put it in there anymore. Okay, so that statement was made by King James, the translator, I guess. This introduction to King James Bible was written 406 years ago, and it is still true today. To this very day, we have been kept in darkness and abject ignorance. You don't believe me, do you? Do me a favor. Stop reading for a moment and go to your King James Bible to see if your introduction page is missing. The introductory page is missing from your Bible, isn't it? This is what the ancient translator meant when he said, "whom they desire to still keep in ignorance and darkness."
Mhm.
If I had not shown you that this page was missing from your Bible, you would still be in darkness. On the next page, I would like to present to you some of the memoirs or memories of the former English Secret Service agent John Mackey. What you are about to read will change your life forever. Come and see.
To be continued.
Okay.
No.
The way I was going to leave it off was like a cliffhanger.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a cliffhanger.
I mean, it was, but it wasn't the one that I was going
My
for.
bad.
But it
Well,
worked.
no,
I mean,
no,
like
what was
you
gonna
said,
say?
no.
What was you gonna say?
I mean, because he said, it's going to change your life forever. Come and see. And I was going to say, but you got to tune in tomorrow. So basically, you were saying the same thing.
Okay, but I messed that up because then I would.
I mean, it would have been nice. It would have been nice. Because I was really going to get in the camera.
Okay.
And tell the people, but you did it. You did it good.
Nope, that was
no. I saw the dot when you
Okay.
said to be continued. I saw the dot, so I saw what you was doing, and I agree with that. But to be continued for tomorrow, because we're on Friday at 7 p.m. So 7 p.m. we'll be here with story time. I'm not sure if I have this handsome young man with me by my side, but if I do, it'd be such a blessing. You know who won't complain? It's me. So, anywho, he's going to lead us out with a word of prayer, and then I will see you all tomorrow on story time.
Scoot the camera over a little bit.
Oh, listen, if you want the people to see you, just say that.
Nah, man, see.
Oh, okay. Listen, I'm just saying, if you want the people to see you. I mean, it's about only 4, so.
All right. Heavenly Father, I thank you for another story time. Father, I thank you for everything that Mr. Lee Cummings was able to research and inform us with. I pray that you allow us to chew the meat and spit out the bones, Father. Thank you for all the just all of the substance that's in this book that's showing us our true history and where our ancestors really came from. And Father, I pray that we'll continue to be educated in this book as well as the others, Father. And Yahweh's name, Amen. See you guys tomorrow.
Amen. Well, be sure, if you haven't to share this video. Be sure to like and subscribe, so I don't have to worry about shooting on my laptop, and I don't have to worry about shooting on my computer. I can just do it straight on my phone, which I'm a phone person. So if you all wouldn't mind liking and subscribing, so I can hurry up and get these 1,000 subscribers, and I can shoot from my phone. That is my hope. That is the dream. Trust me, I am not trying to make money or story time. That will be a no-go because the Most High said no. So I can't do that anyway. But I just want to thank all of you all who tuned in. Thank you to my best friend, my husband, my buddy, my dude, for joining us for story time. Listen, y'all, I love this smile. Look at that smile.
Look at this one.
And get my side right here. Because the enemy tried to make me embarrassed. So I got to show him out. Like, who ain't embarrassed? Me. All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, yeah. All right, bye, y'all. Say bye, babe.
I said bye.
Say it again. Look at that smile. Look at his teeth. Don't tickle me.